Well, hello, my friends. Welcome back to our study along of the World Order of Baha'u'llah, Selected Letters. I'm Jacqueline Claire. This is a weekly study along. Linked below, you will find the launch video for this project if you want like an orientation of who is this girl, what is this book, and why are we doing this. Very important and very relevant reasons. And you will also find this document if you want to read along with me, as well as a study guide and the playlist for all of the weekly videos leading up to today. So, my friends, we are at the beginning portion of the letter entitled The Dispensation of Baha'u'llah, written to the American believers, United States and Canada, believers being Baha'is, in 1934. And we are jumping in to paragraph 9. In a communication addressed to the American believers, I have, in the course of my explanation of the station of the Bab, made a passing reference to the incomparable greatness of the revelation of which he considered himself to be the humble precursor. He whom Baha'u'llah has acclaimed in the Kitab-i-Agan as the promised Qaim, who has manifested no less than 25 out of the 27 letters which all the prophets were destined to reveal. So great a revealer has himself testified to the preeminence of that superior revelation that was soon to supersede his own. Oh my gosh, you guys. I've read this before, of course. I was, and that was really moving to me, just to be reminded that the Bab saw himself as a humble precursor to Baha'u'llah and Baha'u'llah's revelation. And this humble precursor revealed 25 of the 27 letters which all the prophets were destined to reveal. Now this is mystical. I don't, for anyone who this is a new concept to, I don't understand it any better than you do, other than the principle that there have been 27 letters, letters being, my understanding is not just like the alphabet, we happen to have 27 letters, but like 27 truths, mystical truths, teachings. There are 27 gems that all of the prophets with capital P, all of the prophets in the Bible, and in other, in Buddhism and other traditions that are not represented in the Judeo-Christian line, and in Islam, that all of these prophets with a capital P throughout known human history basically revealed two of these mystical letters, gems, teachings of God, and that the Bab revealed the remaining 25. And yet he is the humble precursor to Baha'u'llah and Baha'u'llah's revelation. Whew. The germ, the Bab asserts in the Persian Bayan, that holds within itself the potentialities of the revelation that is to come, is endowed with a potency superior to the combined forces of all those who follow me. So the germ that holds within itself the potentialities of the revelation that is to come is endowed with a potency superior to the combined forces of all those who follow me. All of the attributes, he again affirms, I have paid to him who is to come after me. The greatest is this, my written confession that no words of mine can adequately describe him, nor can any reference to him in my book, the Bayan, do justice to his cause. The Bayan, he in that same book categorically declares, and whosoever is therein revolve round the saying of him whom God shall make manifest, even as the Alif, which is the gospel, and whosoever was therein revolved round the saying of Muhammad, the apostle of God. I didn't totally understand that one, you guys. Let's see. The Bayan, and whosoever is therein, revolve round the sayings of him whom God shall make manifest, even as the gospel, and whosoever was therein revolved around the sayings of Muhammad, the apostle of God. I still didn't totally understand that. If you understand it, you can put in the comments, please. I still get the profundity, I just didn't really understand the actual thought. The next quotation. 1,000 perusals of the Bayan, he further remarks, cannot equal the perusal of a single verse to be revealed by him whom God shall make manifest. Today, the Bayan is in the stage of seed, at the beginning of the manifestation of him whom God shall make manifest. Its ultimate perfection will become apparent. The Bayan and such as are believers therein yearn more ardently after him than the yearning of any lover after his beloved. The Bayan deriveth all its glory from him whom God shall make manifest. All blessing be upon him who believeth in him, and woe betide him that rejecteth his truth. So, if you remember from last week, Shoghi Effendi has said, and these are my own words, that as the Baha'i Faith is growing and getting more attention, more publicity, it's imperative for the believers themselves to get really, really clear about the stupendous nature of Baha'u'llah's revelation and the principles and the truths enshrined in that revelation, and to continually be refilling our cup in that regard, to be seeking fresh inspiration and a clearer apprehension of these. So this clearly is us getting into the stupendous revelation of Baha'u'llah by the Bab's own testimony, right? Paragraph 10. Addressing Syed Yahya-i Darabi, surnamed Wahid, the most learned, the most eloquent, and influential among his followers, the Bab's followers, the Bab utters this warning. By the righteousness of him whose power causeth the seed to germinate, and who breatheth the spirit of life into all things. Were I to be assured that in the day of his manifestation thou wilt deny him, I would unhesitatingly disown thee and repudiate thy faith. If, on the other hand, I be told that a Christian who beareth no allegiance to my faith will believe in him, the same will I regard as the apple of mine eye. Wow. Well, I'm going to conclude there for today because I think that's a beautiful place to end. Thank you again, my wonderful friends, for studying along with me as we excavate these Baha'i principles and these spiritual solutions for all of the world's problems. That's the goal anyway. It's a journey. We're figuring it out. Yes, remember these videos come out every Friday, 2 p.m. We're getting there. We're making a dent in this book. If you would like to support this channel, there's a bunch of ways you can do that, as simple as liking this video, subscribing to this channel, sharing it in your Facebook groups, on your Facebook wall, email to your community, anyone that you think would enjoy this study. Remember, there's a playlist of all of the weekly videos leading up to today's. I don't trim any of the fat. I read every single word of this book and offer just some commentary to make it more personal, and I hope to help stimulate deeper thought and more comprehension. You can also find links to my Patreon, to my PayPal, to my online art gallery, JacquelineClaireArt.com, and Noble Beings, my children's book, Spiritual Handbook for Children of All Ages, is now available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. So all of those things are linked below, and the best thing you can do is play your part in this coming week in making this world a better place. I'll catch you next time. Stop. Cut.